Namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you in this daily live meditation session with me, Dhyanse. We're meditating on 112 meditation techniques of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. Let me remind you, Tantra is a love story. A love story between Bhairavi and Bhairava, between the unconsciousness and the consciousness. The unconsciousness falling in love with the consciousness, wanting to be one with the consciousness. This unconsciousness is there in you. This consciousness is also there in you. You have both the Bhairavi and the Bhairava in you. You have both the unconscious and the conscious in you. The unconscious has questions, has doubts, has all these things that arise in the mind all the time about your daily life, about life in general, what to do. So Bhairavi is asking Bhairava all these questions. Who are you? What is consciousness? What is your true nature? What is life? What is the purpose of life? Bhairavi is asking all these questions to Bhairava. Your unconsciousness is asking all these questions to consciousness, and Bhairava is not answering these questions. He's rather giving techniques, because no question can be answered. Bhairava can only give techniques which lets Bhairavi see the point of things, see once again in awareness. The unconsciousness once again rises and merges into the consciousness. That is the way of Tantra, to give the techniques so that no question needs to be answered by somebody else. You yourself discover the answer within you. Not just the answer, the question disappears in you. Your consciousness rises, your unconscious merges into the conscious, and your energies are liberated. In that liberation of energies, in that expansion of consciousness, there are no questions anymore, and you are in bliss. But Bhairavi, the unconscious, is impatient. As Bhairava gives these 112 techniques, on everyday basis, one new technique for Bhairavi, for the unconsciousness, to explore, to unfold, to rise. Bhairavi says all these 112 techniques. Bhairavi gets curious, says, what is your technique, Bhairava? What technique are you using for your consciousness? Bhairavi is in so much unconsciousness that it is asking Bhairava, Bhairava, what is your technique? And Bhairava looks lovingly out of his love, out of his compassion. The consciousness, out of its love and compassion, says to the unconscious that all these techniques are just a way for you to rise above the consciousness, to rise above your unconsciousness into consciousness. Once you are fully aware, there is no technique required anymore. In fact, there is never any technique for meditation. You're always in meditation. You're always in this pure awareness, in this pure consciousness. But your mind comes in the way. Your heart comes in the way. Many things, your illusions, your unconsciousness comes in the way. And for all these things that come in the way of the truth, come in the way of your pure awareness, of your pure consciousness, techniques are given for the mind to get busy, for the mind to see the point of its absurdity, of its nonsense, and eventually give up and come out of the mind. For the consciousness to break free of the mind, all these techniques are given. So as you go through these 112 techniques, remember that you will also have to go beyond all these techniques. Some of the techniques will resonate to you, if they resonate to you, that means they are working on your mind, they're working on your psyche, they're working on your energies in ways that you need to come out, to be liberated. Those techniques that are not understandable, that are not working for you, that are not resonating for you, do not worry about them. But of all these 112 techniques, each and every technique has to be left. These are temporary, these are to be taken, practiced, used. Let them serve the purpose they have, and that is why we are also going through all these 112 techniques, despite not all of them serving you in the ways that they should serve you, but all of them have something to contribute, and we are going through these 112 techniques in this process that you take this learning, you take this unfoldment, this unlearning through these techniques, and reach to a point where there is no technique. And when you sit in silence, when you sit, there is stillness. There's this natural, unbreakable stillness. There's natural centeredness that is always there in you. You're busy in life as well. You're busy in your mundane. You're doing whatever you're doing. Thoughts are even there, but there is still an undercurrent of thoughtlessness, of pure awareness, of pure consciousness, always there in you. Unbroken continuity of consciousness, of pure awareness. Once you reach to that stage, once you taste this unbroken continuity of awareness in you, no technique, no teaching, no system, nothing is required anymore. All you're doing then is to float with this pure consciousness, this pure awareness, wherever it takes you, whatever decision it makes you do. And until that happens, your mind still pushes you here and there. All your energies are pushing you here and there, and therefore you need techniques to stabilize yourself, to hold yourself in one place. Let us listen to the technique which Bhairava gave to Bhairavi for today, and then we will practice this in our meditation in our silence. Bhairava says, unmind mind by staying in the middle until there is no mind. Unmind the mind by staying in the middle until there is no mind. Yesterday we did also a wonderful technique of unminding the mind. Today is yet another technique of unminding the mind. Mind is a structure. It is what is coming in the way of your pure consciousness, of the pure awareness. It is a distraction. You are not distracted. Mind itself is a distraction. Mind is not getting distracted. Mind itself is a distraction. See that. And Bhairava here says, unminding mind. So in order to break that mind, in order to break that distraction, in order to break this mind pushing you here and there, he says, by staying in the middle until there is no mind, until there is a state of complete stillness, until there is a state where you are seated in this pure awareness, in this consciousness that is above all, that is always above the mind. It does not mean that you don't have thoughts anymore. It does not mean that you're not functioning with your mind anymore. It simply means that you're above the mind, that you are always in your awareness, seated in pure consciousness, even while you're functioning with the mind. When you need the mind, you use the mind. When you don't need the mind, you don't use the mind, and you simply remain as pure being. So the technique is by staying in the middle. What is this middle? A farmer, he had a huge farm, he had a horse. One day this horse, he broke through the fences of the farm and he ran away into the jungle. Knowing this news, all the villagers, the other neighbors, it was a small village, they came to see the farmer, to give their sympathies to the farmer. They said, "Oh, what a big loss you had. Your horse ran away." The farmer said, "Is that so?" Few days later, the horse somehow came back. This time, the horse came back with 3 other horses, wild horses, beautiful wild horses from the jungle. No one had ever seen such beautiful wild horses. And then they started, all these 4 horses started to take their rounds in his farm, be at his farm. Once again, villagers noticed this. All the neighbors came to congratulate what fortune has come upon the farmer. They said, "Congratulations, you are so lucky. You have now 4 beautiful horses." The farmer said, "Is that so?" Few days later, the son of the farmer, he tried to ride one of those wild horses. He fell down, broke his feet. Looking at this trouble, once again, all the villagers, all the neighbors gathered to give their condolences, to give their sympathies to the farmer, to also see the boy. They said, "What misfortune has happened? These wild horses have now broken the leg of your son." The farmer said, "Is that so?" And a few days later, then in the village, the military came to take away all the young people to join the military. They stopped at the farmer's house. They saw this young son of the farmer with a broken leg, and because the leg was broken, they left the son over there and they took everyone else's son from the village. And the villagers once again came to say, "What a fortune you have that your son is still with you. All our sons are now in the military." And the farmer said, "Is that so?" This is to be in the middle. This is to be in this non-judgmental middle, where you're not getting carried away with the right, where you're not getting carried away with the left, where you're not getting carried away with the happiness, where you're not getting carried away with the sadness, where you're not getting carried away with the highs, where you're not getting carried away with the lows, where you're not getting carried away with any emotion that is coming in the excited state. You're not getting carried away with any emotion that is coming in the low states of your mind. You always remain in the middle. See that the mind loves the middle. Mind loves the extremes, and mind does not exist in the middle. Mind resists the middle. Mind hates the middle. Mind doesn't want to be in the middle. It only wants to be in the extremities. Either it wants to be very happy or it wants to be very sad. And this fluctuation of the mind is like a pendulum that is going from one extreme to the other, and you're getting carried away with the mind wherever it takes you, to the right, to the left. And in this process, you're never at peace. You're never in your center. So the technique is, by staying in the middle until there is no mind, you remain in the middle. When you remain in the middle, a certain effort is needed. In the beginning of this unminding the mind, a certain effort is needed. Don't force this on yourself, but try to remain as naturally in the middle as possible, not just in the meditation, but also in your daily life. And practice this meditation technique to remain in the middle for a few days and see what stability, what centeredness it brings to you. And then a jump happens, a transcendence happens from this state to be in the middle. You're thrown into your full awareness, into your pure awareness, which is the fourth state. These two states are of these two states of extremes. Then there is a state in the middle, the third state, and you are thrown into the fourth state of pure consciousness, of pure awareness. That's where there is no effort needed. That's where there is no technique needed, and you're always seated there. Let us practice this wonderful technique to always remain in the middle we will do this for physical, for mental, for emotional, for all our energies to come and remain in the middle until no effort is needed anymore. Please close your eyes and take a posture that is comfortable for you. With your back straight, shoulders down, head straight, breath relaxed, body relaxed. As your body finds its balance, give these moments to find the center in your body. That the body is not leaning towards the right or towards the left. Both your right leg and left leg are in balance. Your right hand and your left hand is in balance. Your right arm and your left arm is in balance. Your right shoulder and your left shoulder is in balance. Your right side of the head and left side of the head are in balance. Your right eye and your left eye are in balance. Your right ear and your left ear your right nostril, your left nostril. Give yourself these moments to be in the middle. Your body finding its natural middle axis. Keep this effort natural, allowing more and more of this balance and you remaining in the middle. your awareness in the middle, not on the right, not on the left. As your body finds its middle, settles on its own, shift your awareness to your mind and observe your thoughts, anything arising in your mind. And as you observe your mind, remain in the middle. Your mind will pull you towards the right or the left, towards the future or the past. Remain in the middle. Always come back to the middle. Not right, not left, in the middle. Not future, not past, in the middle. Unmind the mind by staying in the middle. Until there is no mind. In this centeredness, in this silence, in the middle, rest. Slowly letting go of all effort. Resting in the middle. And there is pure awareness. In this silence, in this stillness, there is pure awareness. Maintaining this centeredness, this silence, without any effort. And very gently and slowly, you may open your eyes. Being in this effortless middle, in this non-judgmental state of awareness, in this choiceless awareness, as you proceed in your day, I will see you tomorrow, same time. Thank you very much. Namaste. If you wish to continue this space, this silence, this being in the middle for moments for your life beyond the sessions, and you may want to share your experiences with other meditators and move on your spiritual journey along with other meditators. If this is something appealing for you, if this is something where you have a calling to not just be on this journey alone, but with fellow meditators, we have formed a community of meditators that are meditating regularly with these sessions, sharing their love, sharing their experiences with each other to help each other move forward. If this means something to you, please write me an email with your interest, a little bit about yourself, and what would you like to give back to this community, and I will invite you to this community. For those who have already sent me their emails, their interests, very soon you will hear from me. Once again, thank you very much. Namaste.